hoping all the balls for Unprepared aren't JB. Adam Carolla!
Yeah, man, get it on. Thanks for coming out tonight, Spokane. Look at this table up front here. We got 4 guys, 3 guys wearing hats, 2 facing the way God intended them to face, which is forward, and then this rebel outlier over here with the hat on backwards. Now, I don't know why you're hanging out with this guy, because I feel like you're the Bill Forward guys, and this guy's the guy getting ready to squeeze the trigger on a very long shot, and then later to be framed because you were the best and they took you out of retirement. All right, I got tired of my own premise there, but putting the hat on backwards suggests something's gonna go down, except for from the looks of you, I don't feel like it's ever happening. So maybe we should get that hat turned around. Come on. What's up front? What's on that hat? What do we plug in there? Can't read it from here, and I'm literally on his shoulders if you're at home. What is on the front of that hat? A dog? Why? Oh, okay. All right. Well, look, sorry. Lots of hats out here. Good, nice, diverse group of white, ultra-white, and Klansmen. So we got everybody here tonight. All the major white food groups represented. I took a walk through the park, the Riverwalk Park down there. It was nice. No homeless people. Not in the park. Do you guys got a homeless situation here? Why aren't they in the park? They're all around the park. They should be in the park. I don't know why they're missing out on the majesty of the park, although I guess when you live outdoors, you probably had an ass full of the outdoors in general. Like, I live indoors and I want to go outdoors, but I think if I lived outdoors, I wouldn't be like, let's go to Monument Valley or Zion, because I live there. It's like, I don't go to Disneyland because I live too close to Disneyland. It's essentially ruined. It's an interesting, philosophically, it's interesting, right? Everything is ruined. If you live within an 11-mile proximity of it, it's no good anymore. Feel that way about relationships. I lived too close to this woman. I couldn't possibly enjoy her company. Sleeps in the same bed. Why would I enjoy her? So I didn't see any homeless, and that was good. I made a couple of notes for things I saw out there. I went down to the lobby of the hotel, and I had to get a cup of coffee because first off, you cannot fly from LA to Spokane. You have to fly to a real city. Well, no, not that you guys aren't, tertiary, lower, third. But you have to go to a place that has, like an Olive Garden or something. You have to go to one of the big cities, so had to leave LAX and then fly to Seattle and then flew out here. and was told on the flight to pull my mask up 172 goddamn times. I look at it as an utter failure if I'm not told at least 12 times to pull the mask up before we push off the gate. Like, that's the kind of relationship I have with people that work on airplanes. But it is, and I know I bring this up all the time, but it's a really weird mixed message to constantly tell someone to pull their mask up and then to just constantly be handing them drinks and snacks the entire time. I don't think it works that way. Like, I couldn't go, come on, man, get your pants up. Here's a bunch of toilet paper. Not much of a science to it, I don't think. I kind of liken it to the science of having the mask up and then the mask down and then, you know, handing you the snacks and then the mask up again and then hand the drinks and then it's down and it's up and it's down. And I was thinking about, like, kind of like you saying, now listen, you always wear a condom when you're with a prostitute, but just while you're eating pussy. Now, when you're done eating pussy, the condom can come off. But after you come, we got to get that condom right back on for the ride home, okay? That's the science. I saw people ice skating in the park. The world is comprised of people, in terms of skill in ice skating, it's either folks who look like Bambi on a frozen lake or guys who used to play in the NHL. There's no medium ice skaters. There just isn't. Their ankles caved in, hugging the railing, eating shit all the way down, or the guy with the hand behind the back. I don't know what's up with the one hand. It's got to go behind the back. Maybe he only has one mitten. Maybe that's how that started. That one hand, that weird folded hand behind the back. It means you know how to ice skate, but I'm not sure what you're doing with that hand. I think a great ice skater showed up at a public rink, forgot his left mitten. It was cold that day, so he put the right one on, and then he put the other one between his ass cheeks and started burning up the ice. And then people caught on. So they're like, you know, you want to let the universe know you know how to skate, you put the one hand. Also doesn't feel safe. Like, if you do go down, how far do you want to get that hand away from your face? I've never thought about any of this before, but I'm sharing it with you tonight. So I went down to the lobby of the hotel, and I went to the Starbucks, and there was one lady there behind the counter, and I asked her if I could have a coffee, and she did this one. She goes, well, we're supposed to be closed because we close at 5. And I looked at the digital clock behind her, and it said 5:05. But she would make me a cup of coffee. And my feeling is I was thankful, but I didn't wake you up at home, bitch, and tell me to make some coffee. You're standing there. You've arbitrarily decided 5 o'clock was the time you were no longer gonna work anymore, but I like to live in a world where people work 4.5 minutes after the allotted time. I think she just wanted a tip. So I got my coffee, and I walked around marveling at the unhomeless people. There's also a track and field event going on over there in the whatever dome. Are you guys aware of this? No? Thanks for getting out and really checking out your town. Well, there is, and I flew over here, and there were like 10 girls that were on my flight who were all wearing sweatsuits, and they were doing something, but I couldn't figure out what the fuck they were doing because they weren't tall enough or black enough or something enough. I couldn't wrap my head around the sport, and then I figured out they're part of the cross-country team. So you want to not be able to guess what sport a chick is involved in? Cross-country. There's no primers. It's like she's 19 and she's not fat. That's all I got. That's my only clues. All right, shall we bring up Gina and Bryan and the Deaf Frat Guy as well? Ah, there they are. Oh, back in studio. Gina, try your mic. How's it sound?
Hey now.
Hey,
check,
that's
check,
good.
check.
Bryan?
Checkity check, check, check. I am live.
And we got the Deaf Frat Guy from Parts Unknown, DFG.
Oh yeah, Delta Flu.
Okay. Your mic sounds like shit, DFG.
That's him. He was beer bogging for the show.
Do we want to play some JV or all balls? You guys know how to play JV or all balls? Because the DFG, that's his game. He's gonna name a few things, and then we'll have to decide whether it's JV, which is bad, or all balls, which is good. Hey, can I say this? JV or all balls? It just popped in my head, but I saw this today on a woman, and I realized how much I miss it and like it and how hot I think it is, but I want to know if you guys think it's JV or all balls. Women wearing loafers. I find it hot.
Why?
I don't know. You know why? Because I think when I was in high school, we were right in the preppy phase. Remember the preppy phase? And the chicks wearing the collars popped and the skirts and the penny loafers, and I was so fucking hot for them that I had a weird flashback today seeing a chick in loafers. I just found it hot. Gina?
Well, as a top-heavy woman who doesn't wear high heels, my ship has finally come in.
Yes.
I love a loafer.
Please.
I don't identify with you, but it's the same reason I find the Nirvana cheerleaders hot. That was my era, man.
Yeah.
That was my high school.
DFG, loafers?
Yeah, I remember back in the day they used to put a condom in the loafer.
Well,
What?
wait a minute.
Was that your experience, Adam?
You'd put it in the front where the penny was, or would you just open it and lay it down in the loafer?
Where the penny was.
Oh, okay.
Little condom.
Wow.
So that
Open
meant-
for business.
Yeah, that meant you were open for business. All right, DFG. You want to do some
Hey.
JV or all balls?
Yeah. So tell the people that JV is bad and all balls is good.
Yeah, I told him that.
Oh hell yeah.
He couldn't hear you.
Okay.
So let's do an easy one for the crowd. The Spokane Chiefs.
The Spokane Chiefs. Is that
They are the
hockey?
minor
What is it?
Hockey league team.
Ah.
It's hockey,
Minor
right?
league hockey.
What-
Yeah, they're the minor league hockey team.
Okay. Well, I like the movie Slapshot a lot. That felt like minor league hockey to me. And I like hockey in general because they have the best referees ever, because those guys skate their ass off. They get on the boards and they kick their feet up. They break up fights all the time. Like, that is a real job. It's not, umpire baseball game, just sort of holding a big sofa pillow in front of you and leaning down a little bit and missing balls and strikes. These guys are part of the game. So I say all balls. What do you think, Bryan?
You might think because the Chiefs, it might be problematic. However, I've been to minor league baseball games. I've been to minor league hockey games. They are hella fun. Like there's a promotion going on at every stoppage, between every inning, every period. It's awesome. Like they got crazy shit going on. People in like sumo outfits. It's all balls.
All right. Gina?
They're called the Chiefs. Of course they're all balls.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a meatball up the middle, bro. The crowd should be going ape shit by now. And to kind of get something off my chest.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it as a JV or all balls question. Is it JV or all balls? I got fucking snubbed again at the Ace Awards, bro.
Oh.
You knew this was going to come
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry.
My people want answers.
Nobody wants answers. No one's asked me about your being snubbed at the Ace Awards. I don't know. It's cyclical. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. And maybe it's this attitude. Maybe this is a combative, aggressive attitude that you're displaying right now, Maverick, that's causing this kind of friction when it comes to the voters of the Ace Awards. Did you ever contemplate that?
No, I just have one question, bro. Why?
Wow.
Heavy.
Wow, I didn't want to get out of the gate this way, but obviously, you don't have a lot of fans in the voting committee. Well, maybe. Wait,
maybe the voting committee is JV. All right, hey, let's keep playing the game.
All right.
There you go. Be a pro.
Okay.
Okay.
You know that
Wait a minute. Was the Chiefs JV or all balls? All balls. All right.
All balls, yeah.
Obviously.
All right.
Hell yeah. Okay, what about sherry, the beverage?
Sherry. I don't know. Does anybody drink sherry anymore?
Only at the end of the night when you're very drunk and everything else is gone.
Yeah. Now there's cooking sherry, which
Yeah.
is just sherry that might be cheaper. And then what is sherry? Is it cheap? Is it
Liqueur?
sweeter wine with a higher alcohol content?
I think
It's fortified wine.
Yeah, it's fortified wine. You might think this, you might not know this about me, being the wine snob that I am. I don't like sherry. And if you come across a guy who does, or some friend, all they want to do is like, oh, try this, and then you're puckering. It's very sweet. I say JV.
Well, I have great memories of a friend's parents' decanter that we were never supposed to touch. This beautiful, like hologram, like rainbow crystal decanter.
Yeah.
And we would nip from the sherry, and we thought we were very cool. So it brings back great memories. All balls.
It is weird. Like, I felt like I grew up where people had shit in their house that kids couldn't touch or get near.
Always.
Or,
Yep.
or be around. I don't have any of that shit in my house. I wish I did. I mean, my own genitalia, obviously. But outside of my own junk, I really don't have anything. And I felt like I grew up, now not my house, because my dad didn't have anything ever, neither did my mom. But I would go to people's houses and they had decanters, or they had some ornaments or something nice. You couldn't get near any of that shit. I say, I like fortified wine because it's got the word fortified in it, which I like. And I would like, I've often said this, I know there's wine country. I'd like to go to fortified wine country. Bunch of people drinking out of bags and complaining about their divorce. I'm going all balls on this one.
All right. So, the Harvey's Bristol Cream is cherry. So if you're a kid and your parents bust you for drinking, you're like, I thought it was cream. But the most important thing and why it is all balls, it gets you fucked up. It gets you wasted. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hell yeah.
You know what? The kids are drinking all the spiked seltzer now, right?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Is that the thing? So that's what I think the kids are all up in. Like we had Boone's Farm.
They are making a new spiked seltzer with fentanyl.
Oh shit!
Is that what they're putting in there?
Yeah.
I didn't see that in the White Claw commercial. It's weird.
I don't know what you're getting.
What how's your? Wait, test your mic one more time, DFG.
You don't know what you are getting.
In the spiked seltzer.
Yeah, because
In the
With
fentanyl.
Oh, with the fentanyl. Yeah, right. You don't know what you're getting. I would argue that it is kind of weird in that people will go to the street, like we're living in a society where everyone is kind of freaked out, wiping everything down, you know, opening the bathroom door with their fucking foot. Fuck you people, by the way. I opened the bathroom door with my hand because I'm not an animal, but now your foot. The people that open the bathroom door with their foot. I don't know what you're worried about in terms of what's on the bathroom door that everyone else pushes, but there is no real conceivable way to get piss on it unless the asshole walking through the puddle of piss lifts his boot up and pushes it onto the door. This has become a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're so worried about touching foreign piss on the door, you're muling foreign piss onto that push plate, you fucking Jackie Chan of the can. If you're fucking, put your feet down. You want to open it with an ass cheek like a surgeon that just scrubbed in? Fine. That's just your fucking thin ass wallet going against it. Don't do the fucking foot floor move. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, people are pretty well freaked out. Hold on, yeah? What's that, DFG?
you don't want to go into a restroom and the toilet looked like someone spilled a bunch of Campbell's alphabet soup.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That's true.
But here's what I'm saying. We're living in a time where everyone is completely freaked out by germs, and half the country is, they can't eat peanuts. They have allergies. They can't eat flour. You know, glucose or gluten-free or whatever. Everyone's nuts, right? But simultaneously, we're buying tons of drugs at the park, just on the street. Just, has this got fentanyl in it? I don't know. I'll buy it and take it home and eat it. And the group that's making fun of that group is drunk and buying hot dogs some illegal is cooking up in a shopping cart. So where are we with germs? We're eating more street food and taking more street drugs than ever, but then the other half is dousing themselves in Purell and opening the bathroom door with their forehead. A lot of range in this new society we've formed. Not funny, just street food for thought. Sorry, DFG, go ahead.
You are right. Shit is fucked up.
That's right.
Helpful.
Hey, have you heard about this? Victoria's Secret has hired a model with Down syndrome for their first cover girl.
Yep.
Really?
She's a beautiful lady from Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And I guess my JVO all balls is like, dudes are gonna beat it to her.
Yeah.
It'd be disrespectful if they didn't.
Is it JVO all balls for them to put this beautiful lady with Down syndrome on the cover, or and she's very busty lady.
Oh, really? Well, she just built a handicap.
Yeah, she's blonde.
Yeah,
She's hot.
She's hot? Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
Double
It's
Down
smoking,
syndrome.
bro.
Bryan.
Hey, wait, all right, couple things. How do we know she has Down syndrome?
It's in the headline.
Hear her talk.
Just take a look, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta see her because she may have just. You say she's busty, so she could have just built a handicap ramp to my heart. Do Down syndrome people get to use ramps? I mean, they are handicapped.
They're allowed to.
It's free country.
Do they
I don't think they're required to.
Well,
Can I
I'd like
say
to get them
something?
onto the ramps. All right, so Victoria's Secret.
Oh,
What?
no.
Yeah.
Do I have it?
I literally have wood right now.
She's pretty cute, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I think the goal of all people with a handicap, or at least, well, they say one thing and they kind of act another. Handicapped people are like, we just want to be treated like anyone else in society, and here's a shitload of rules of shit you need to do to bend to our whim or we'll sue your fucking ass. Which is it, bitch? You want to just
You're
be
right.
treated...
The handicap have had it too good for too long.
Yeah.
Finally. Give it to them. Both barrel days.
You want to be treated like everyone else in society? Good. We'll treat you like shit and we'll beat off to you if you're hot. That's how everyone else in society. Handicapped people act like everyone else is treated well in society. Like, oh, you're not a gimp? Right this way. Let me show you. Let me take you to your table. There, we treat everyone like shit. Okay, so she's hot, and she's a Victoria's Secret model. Is it just, and did Sports Illustrated have a trans model? Was that the first?
I believe so.
All right.
Nice try, Adam. Not falling for that one.
I remember back in the day when we talked about beating it to a porn actress who had passed away.
Yeah.
I think this is in that same sort of territory. It's like, you may have the best nut of your goddamn life, but is it right to beat it to a lady with Down syndrome?
Well,
Or even date her, like Poochie's uncle did?
he dated a gal with Down syndrome?
Yeah, she was kind of hot, not as hot as this one, but we all thought it was a little effed up, but he's just like, she loved fried chicken. He'd give her a bucket of Popeyes and get anything he wanted.
Oh my God.
She'd eat the fried chicken when they were going at it.
I never heard that about Poochie's uncle. I know he had that
I thought I heard it
testicular.
all.
He had the testicular torsion issue, right? He sat on his balls a few times and he had to be hospitalized.
The doctor told him, if you sit on your nut once, okay. Sit on your nut twice, okay. Sit on your nut, then it gets to like 9, 10, 11 times.
Yeah, all
So
right.
he had to get surgery in Brazil.
Jesus.
They don't. Okay, I think that may have been cosmetic. I think that may have been
I
cosmetic.
think that might have been Mr. Belvedere.
You know how?
Selective.
Wait a minute. I want to go off on a tangent about Poochie's uncle's nutsack, but you could go to an accredited hospital in the United States and fix that torsion problem. If he's going to Brazil, that's plastic surgery. It's like a lot of women do that thing where they go, "Oh, I got a deviated septum." No, you don't. You got a hook nose. Just say you want to fix your face. You don't have to go to Brazil.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I don't mean to throw shade toward Poochie's uncle, but I don't believe this scrotal surgical intervention. But
They have a plumping technique down there.
a what?
Plumping. They plump the scrotum.
Oh, I think you want the opposite.
Well, I don't know what that is. What's a clumping?
It's to make your balls look bigger when you are wearing jeans.
Is it like the thing that what's his name had, who ran Hustler with the Nike tongue that you
Larry
pump?
Flint.
Yeah, you pump the little Nike tongue and the shoe inflates.
Larry Flint. I have interviewed Larry Flint. God rest his soul. I'm not saying that because I'm not sure if he's dead or not. I just want to know where he's heading after he died. But he was paralyzed and he didn't have the use of his penis, so they put a bladder in his penis, and I was like, "How do you pump up the bladder?" And they put the pump in my nutsack, and I just reach down there and I give it 3 pumps, and I got a boner. Now, I don't know if there's a relief valve like in his asshole or something. Like let's say you got drunk and you gave it 5 pumps because the chick was super hot. You know that thing where you're filling up your truck tire and you want to get to 38 PSI, but you go to 44 PSI and then you got to back a little out?
Yeah.
I imagine Larry would have to do that.
You got to bend the nozzle.
Yeah. Also kind of wonder, I don't know if the man was cremated, but he did live in LA, and I feel like that apparatus would pollute. It's kind of thing, did it
Smog
need to
alert.
be removed? Do you think he's buried with his penis pump? Or in this new world order, if he was cremated or buried with the penis pump in, then the Flint family left money on the table. Because we're living in a world where, LeBron James's rookie shoes just went for $200,000 and NFTs are going for tens of thousands of dollars. Don't you think there'd be a bidding war over Larry Flint's removed and sanitized? Yeah. Penis pump?
Yeah. Apparently, he was buried at the Flint family plot in Kentucky.
Let's go.
Live show.
We gotta get that pump, people. We go at night.
This is a Mark Wahlberg movie.
Don't bother asking why we're exhuming Larry Flint.
The ladies say once you go air boner, you don't go back.
I know it's been said many times.
We do say that.
All right.
Yeah.
So the gal's, she's got Down syndrome. She got a
Down syndrome.
dusting of Down. She doesn't have a full blown. But she's hot, and then you could always, go, you have Down syndrome. Do you have goes Down syndrome? I got some candy in my underwear. I say
So I try to chew it.
beating off to her is a tip of the cap, and I say it's all balls. Thank you.
Yeah, the dick does the dick does the deciding. If you feel a little tingle down there and you're a guy when you see her, that's a sign that it's meant to be. And it would be, I said it at the top, but I meant it. It would be an insult not to beat off to her.
Brian's
All
right.
balls. That's right.
My initial reaction was, this is clearly JV, and I'm already uncomfortable. However, since I watched the documentary that Bryan has talked about before, Crip Camp, where the handicapped people are like, we're sexual beings, we just want to be treated like everyone else. I'd say this is, you've come a long way, baby, all balls.
So you're gonna have sex with this beautiful lady. Maybe the condom break. Next thing you know, you are walking down the aisle with the lady that's got an extra chromosome, and everyone is giving you, saying like, what are you doing this? So I don't know, I'm all mixed up.
Whoa, right, you're breaking up. All right. So, I never really thought about this.
Yeah.
Oh, all balls. All right. You're saying the condom breaks, and then there's a shotgun marriage. I don't, by the way, what a quaint notion of you get someone pregnant, so you have to marry them and be financially responsible for the child's future.
Indeed.
Jeez, it's like pickpockets and chimney sweeps, starting a car with a crank. All right, let's do one more DFG.
Okay, I need to get a really good one here. Do you want it to be organ meat or clove cigarette?
Oh boy.
Let's go organ meat.
Oh boy.
Hey, try this heart and liver. I cooked it with onions and a little bit of garlic.
I don't like organ meat. I've turned the corner on many things in my life. I didn't like the taste of mushrooms. I now enjoy mushrooms. I didn't like a martini. I now enjoy a martini. Then there's eating pussy and kind of waffling.
First time.
I kind of go waffle a little of that. But I do enjoy waffles. So I think that helps, But organ meat, liver, and all that stuff, I couldn't do it. I've never come around. I can do a little of the pate type stuff, if you get the bread ratio just right. But I am a JV on organ meat.
Yeah, even the stuff that's considered a great delicacy, like foie gras, I can't. I find it too rich, too oily, too weird. I gotta go JV on this one.
Well, everyone on Instagram seems to think that organ meat is the way to become a power lifter. And I thought this was just for, dogs, but I'm going to go ahead and betray my people, my Jews, with the fakakta chopped liver and say that is fucking JV.
Yeah. Yeah, because anytime you have to wrap something with bacon, it's an apology for the actual taste of the food. And if you wrap something in bacon, you're basically saying, look, everyone loves bacon. No one likes the shit we're wrapping the bacon in. So I'll meet you in the middle, and you'll sort of enjoy this thing, but you'll really just enjoy the bacon part of it. DFG?
Yep.
My 2 cents is that we have to embrace snout to tail. Eat the entire animal, even the parts that are not good. But the foie gras is good. And then I'll just tell you this. I don't love organ meat, but I'm gonna tell you why it's all bald. If you kill your first deer while you are hunting, you have to cut out the heart and you have to eat it on the spot.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw Red Dawn too. You don't have to do that.
The only
I pay a
only
Mexican to
thrill
clean it
I
and
have
carry it
had-
back to the truck. So it's hard to find Mexicans in the wild. Sorry. Yes, go ahead, DFG.
The only thrill
Free range.
I have ever had that is as big as eating a live beating heart was beating off in a tree during a lightning storm.
Similar.
Oh yeah.
All balls.
You do,
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you feel alive. Obviously, your heart goes out to the family seeking shelter under the tree during the lightning storm. No 9-year-old should have to see that. So is it is it all ball? It's all balls then.
Holy.
Oh, you break
private,
it up.
dude.
All right, it's all balls. Should we slide into the news here with
Well, no,
Gina?
balls.
Balls.
Yeah. All right, he's having a connection problem there. But Gina, why don't you strike
Hey,
up?
can I plug one thing, bro?
Oh yeah.
I really want to do a live telethon. Just
All right.
to bring awareness to Delta Food Gambler. I'm going to do it live. It's going to be in between St. Patrick's Day and April Fool's Day. It will bring attention to autoerotic fixation. But it's going to be fun. We are going to have chugging games. You can bet on Okie Cookie.
All right, we got it, DFG.
We're going
Autoerotic
to do
asphyxiation, yeah. One of
like if you
one of the more uncomfortable conversations I had with my grandmother when I was 17 was her telling me the dangers of autoerotic asphyxiation. Hadn't thought about that in a while. Thanks. All right. Ooh. All right. Listen, if our internet took a shit, we can just pull someone up here and start pulling these balls out. If that's, I'm sure it'll pop back up. But why don't we bring out Melissa, who is our ball puller. She's in from Idaho. Yeah. I love Idaho. And she's a prime beef person. Oh, somebody sent me a drink. All right, that's always funny. But wait a minute. Where's Melissa? Oh, is this her? Oh yeah, hi. Yeah. You're very attractive. Oh, somebody sent me cotton candy vodka. All right.
Thank you.
Whatever the hell that is. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Yes. Black is slimming, but you didn't need it. So be careful crossing the street.
Well, I was at a funeral
Tonight.
earlier, so.
Pull that mic right up there,
I
Melissa.
said I was at a funeral earlier. So.
You were at a funeral?
No, I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
God. Sorry, it made me feel bad. You were at Larry Flint's funeral?
Exactly.
So let's see. What do? You live in Idaho. You have a twin. You hate cows, or you really love them. I can't figure it out.
I love to eat them.
Yeah, me too. And by the way, anytime somebody goes, your asshole vegan vegetarian friends, where they try to get into the orthodonture stuff. They go, we were never made to eat flesh. We're not, as a species, we weren't designed. I'm like, how come if I smell barbecue, I get a boner? How come? What kind of design was that? You know what I mean? Somebody just says brisket and a little drop of cum comes out of my dick. Why? Why? If we weren't designed for any of this shit, then why? Why do I love ribs so much? Why does everyone love ribs so much? Like, there's no way we weren't designed. I know There's shit we weren't designed for. Like, I was walking along that river this afternoon. It was 40 degrees outside. I didn't see anybody in the river. Not designed for that shit. Did see a lot of people eating. Designed for that shit. Sorry, you want to pull some balls there?
I would love nothing more.
Yeah. Spin it around. Oh. We never put the, did he not put the cap? Did he not shut the door on it? Where'd that thing come out? All right, well, just let him trickle down there. Go ahead.
Can I take one?
Pull whatever's on there.
Oh, I don't even know for sure if I
You don't
can
know what
say
it
this
is?
word. Epistome? You're going to do about as good as me at pronouncing that.
Epistostomy or something? God damn it, get a new fucking ball. I told you not. Here, this one fell on the ground.
Okay.
Pull yours.
Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Moose knuckle.
Moose knuckle. That's all balls. Or JV. All ping pong balls. Well, let me say this. And I don't know how old you guys are, but that is it's a derogatory term for a chick's snatch. And snatch is a derogatory term for a chick's pussy. And pussy is a derogatory term. We can keep going all night. Let me tell you something. When I was in junior high, now I'm from California, so women sort of dress like whores, you know. When I was in junior high, all the fashion was hip huggers and tube tops, and you could see the shape of the woman's vagina. I mean, honestly, if you could throw a playing card just right, or a Pop-Tart, you could park it in her snatch like you were putting your bike in a rack. And they were young. It was weird. But it was a thing. They don't have that anymore. Or something. I don't know what you women did. You worked something out down there, because they used to wear those hip hugger jeans, and you could see, I mean, you could see, like, not the whole hymen, but you could see what was going on. But now I see chicks everywhere in those Lululemon legging things. No snatch definition whatsoever. So what's going on? Did they invent something? Is there padded underpants? Do they have something you insert? Like, remember Walter Payton's mouthpiece? His was different. If you're laughing at the Walter Payton's mouthpiece joke, that's a deep fucking NFL dive there. But is there something going on that when you wear the Lululemons, we can't see the definition of the vagina? What's going on? You tell me. I don't know. I would ask, but I'm always at the airport and I'm feeling like this is inappropriate.
I literally was wearing Lululemons before I came tonight.
Yes.
That sounded terrible.
Are they reinforced in the front?
You know, it's just really well made, beautiful design.
Mm-hmm. I went to a Lululemon store. They have, they have T-shirts for dudes that are $90. I was like, fuck this. Way. They make shit for everybody. But I'm just saying, you guys remember the hip huggers with the full moose knuckle up front? Gone. Also weird. I mean, this is California. This is like the 70s, but would you let your fucking girl go to school at 14 and a half wearing a tube top, no bra, and a vigorous moose knuckle, accentuating hip hugger jeans, and then they put clogs. They put corkies on them. They were like these big, weird, high shoes, and their jeans would hang over, and then they take kissing potion. They're essentially a pimp who's turning out a prostitute, except for you're dropping her off at school at 8:05 on a Monday. Well, that's all I got to say about that. Pull the next ball, sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, there you go.
Oh. Wordle.
Wordle? I don't know what a Wordle is. Well, first off, I can't know what Walter Payton's mouthpiece looks like and know brand new things at the same time. I only know old things. But what is Wordle?
It sounds fucking stupid.
It's what?
It sounds really stupid.
What is it?
All the East Coasters are doing it.
They're wordling? The East Coasters? What is it?
Adam, it's a game. It's a word game you play on your phone.
Phones are for talking and dropping. They're not for Wordle. So it was like remember Alec Baldwin was like got in trouble on an airplane because he was like up playing Words with Friends. Boy, I bet Alec wishes he was in that kind of trouble today, by the way. I mean, could you imagine going back into the future going, Alec, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Why? For playing Words with Friends on a commercial flight again? No, this one's a little worse than that. This is bigger ramifications. I don't approve of reading. I never liked Scrabble. I've never played Scrabble a day in my life. I don't feel, well, a couple things with phones and Wordle. It's no big deal to be late anymore, right? Because everyone just has this device in their hand and they catch up on texting, or they play Wordle, or they play asteroids, or whatever, dead birds, or naughty birds, bad beaks, or whatever the fuck they're playing. But I don't think you should entertain yourself all the time. I don't think you should go, well, I got some downtime here at the office, or I got some downtime here at the airport, or I got some downtime, so I'm going to stare into this thing and try to entertain myself with something you probably wish you didn't engage in when you're on your deathbed. But I think you should observe. I think being bored is good. I think the reason kids today are such little pieces of shit is because they don't have any downtime. They don't know what it's like. They have no fucking attention span. They want everything next day delivery, Amazon. They want Grubhub to bring Taco Bell to the house. There's no fucking foreplay anymore. They're constantly entertained. I sit at home. I built a movie theater in my house. It has a 12-foot screen, and I'll see my son, and we'll be watching a first-run movie in there, and he's looking at his fucking phone simultaneously. Like, hey, douche, you got a 12-foot screen there. You have a 3-inch screen here, but you're going to bury your face in the 3-inch screen. When I grew up bored as shit. I couldn't read. My parents had a rule around the house. If it takes batteries or plugs in or brings joy, we can't bring it into the house. My mom had knitted that, actually embroidered that, and put it up in the kitchen. It's right over here, it was embroidered. It said, kiss the cook. And then over here, it said, if it plugs in, takes batteries, or brings joy, leave it at the curb. like Quincy Jones said. I like this guy because he gets my deep cuts up there. Check your ego at the door, bitches. All I'm saying is I think, first things first, all the good things come in life, they all come from bored people. People that sat in their fucking basement just night after night trying to get an incandescent light bulb to work. Look, the reason we have the great John Popper from Blues Traveler is because he was fat and bored. My kid can't play the fucking harmonica. He's too busy being entertained by others. Everything is entertaining for him. He's never gonna stop and go, I should master this instrument because I'm bored as shit. There are no inventions. There's no going in the garage and tinkering. It's just super short attention spans and no growth. You need downtime. You need to sit and observe. You need just to be alone with your thoughts. Stop being entertained. Stop being fed. Fucking can't even get vodka that doesn't taste like cotton candy. And this crazy... What is this vodka for? It can only be for 13-year-olds and people who work at the circus. It's not for normal adults. Cotton candy. Let's pull another ball, sir. Thank you. Powerful. That was a powerful statement. Put your hands together. What's that? Divorce. Oh. Yeah. Divorce. There's a thing about divorce. You don't want to get divorced in California because California somehow built their laws around successful dudes needing to be punished at every turn. It's basically California. Everything about California is like, hey, hardworking dude, yeah, we're gonna bring you down a couple of rungs, all right? Now, I don't think there should be a big fat sliding scale for divorce. I just think there should be a number. Like there should be a number, like you ever fill out the paperwork and it goes like, if you make more than $25,000 a year, like check this box. And if you make, it'll say like, if you make between $25,000 and $30,000 a year, check this box. And then if you make between, $35,000 and $50,000, check this box. But when you get to $100,000, it just goes, that's it. It's above $100,000. It could be $100 million. That's how divorce should work. Jeff Bezos shouldn't have had to pay his old lady $200 billion because he thought about selling books online. Oh, those new chick is kind of hot. Also, where's the fairness in divorce? Like, my parents got divorced. My dad didn't make jack squat. He didn't give anyone anything. He literally, I don't think he had a suitcase. I think, bad sign when a hamper becomes a suitcase. Like, I'm leaving, woman. And I'm taking my soiled socks. I think he had like a pillowcase with shit in it and a hamper, and he waddled his bony ass out to his VW Bug, which was worth... First off, when I heard, the Super Bowl was in town last week, and they're like, $700 for parking. I was like, my dad's first 3 cars combined were not $700. But anyway, my dad just fucking put the shit in the hamper, threw the hamper in the back of the VW Bug, and drove. He didn't have enough money for an apartment or a motel. He was in his early 40s. He's not even a junkie. He drove to his in-laws' house, and they let him sleep in a closet. My mom didn't get jack squat from that guy. He didn't get anything from her. They fucking went their separate ways. They're both adults. Sadly, still alive. All right, let's pull another ball. Till fours.
Left nut,
Left nut.
specifically.
Left nut. Very scrotal centric here tonight. I gotta say, the nutsack, I've always found the nutsack to be interesting. Don't know why the left nut, but it's a weird, it's a weird thing. It's like your whole life, no matter how vibrant you are, how strong you are, it's like you have an old man's ear sewn. Basically, it looks like an old man's ear. It's sewn to you. Yeah, I don't care what kind of shape you're in, and I don't care how young and youthful and whatever. There's this world's ugliest body part, and it's right next to your dick. And it can't be ignored. It won't be ignored. And there's no way to tell through the scrotum if the person's attractive or not. I've done this. I'm convinced that if you got Danny DeVito to put his scrotum through a hole in some plywood, and you got George Clooney to put his nutsack through a hole in some plywood, I was gonna say you couldn't tell, but DeVito's hole would be lower. I'm gonna have to work this one out. I say, if you took two holes of equal height and put an apple box under one of them and had Danny DeVito push his nutsack through that hole, I don't think you'd be able to tell whose nutsack was whose nutsack. That's what I'm saying. But I will say something. And I don't know, I know many of you are trying to enjoy your pub food right now and your cotton candy flavored vodka. But do you ever get one of those weird little white-heady, pearly penile papule things on your nutsack, guys? It is the best. It's the best because when you get a zit and it's like on your back, you're like, fuck, you feel like a turtle that somebody flipped over on the beach. You're like, shit, I can see it. I'll go backside, like I'll go with the underwing move. I can't quite get it. I try to go over the top. It's eluding me. Can't get it. Your nutsack, both hands free. Literally, you could. It's as close as you being able to take a part of your body off and put it on a bench and work on it. And weirdly, not enough nerve endings down there to really hurt. Nuts are interesting. You could put a cigarette out on my nutsack, and if I were asleep, I wouldn't wake up. But if you took the back of your hand and smacked it on it when I was walking by, I'd be out of work for 3 weeks. What is it with the nuts? Super sensitive, impervious to pain, both at the same time? But you ever, and there's no nut schedule, but you do have to inspect every once in a while. They do talk about that, right? You gotta check for growths and things like that, but you never really do. You go, well, maybe I got cancer, and then at some point you go, ooh, there's a whitehead. Get the needle nose pliers out. Fucking going to it. And by the way, whatever. You get a bad zit on your forehead or your nose and you go at it real hard, you can't leave the house for 3 days. You fuck up your nutsack, that's between you and your God. No, the world will be none the wiser. You could wrench the shit out of your nutsack and go to the inauguration that night or the presidential ball at the Oscars. No one's ever going, Can't do that with a forehead, but a nutsack. Women, what is your nutsack? Do you got a part you can go at? You know what I mean? Without repercussions. Do you know what I mean? Nutsack, you do whatever you want with. There's no real repercussions. You got a part? Titties? No.
Like under boob.
Under boob? You can do whatever you want under boob? God bless you for having under boob. Not everyone has under boob, you know? But you do. So that's good. This woman does, she's disgusted. She doesn't believe in the under boob. Too many different bra commercials out there. You guys notice that? Way too many. When I was a kid, there was one bra commercial. It was the 18-hour bra. It was like the cross your heart, you know, whatever, Playtex 18-hour bra, and it just showed some super successful woman who evidently like wanted to sleep in a bra, but it was comfortable for her. And then they all, I kind of miss this. Remember the 60s when the whole idea with titties and society was to see how far apart we could get them and how far forward we could push them? Like, we pulled them apart. Now we're mashing them together. That could have been you see, like, watch like a James Bond film from the 60s or the early 70s. The chicks, fucking tits are sticking out of her armpits. To move them, there'd be 007 did no titty fucking back then. I guarantee you that. Now the whole plan is to mash them together like one big tit in the center. Is that where you guys put your perfume? I always see in the commercials, you know, on the TV shows, you put a little down there. You do between the legs. Nice. Well, let me ask you about between the legs. Because there's a lot of different stuff going on between the legs, you know, it's not all perfume. I'm just saying this potentially. You know when you walk into a bathroom after someone at work just shit it up and it smells like pine, but you're suspicious? Why would a guy just take a piss or blow his nose and then spray a bunch of pine everywhere? So you're going for the second sniff. There's always a second sniff, right? Usually the first sniff, that's just, I'm just casing the joint. The second sniff is what the fuck was going on in here. And I feel like perfume in the vagine garners and warrants a second sniff. And that sniff, first sniff, there's no judgment in the first sniff. Second sniff, all judging. A lot of judgment in the second sniff. Maybe you're better off going on natural and not ushering in the second suspicious, judgment-laced sniff. You don't think about it that much? Well, maybe you should. Let's see. Oh. Chris has news stories? What do you got over there, Chris? Hold on, I don't know if I want to do it. What time is it? You want to do news stories or you want to do some more balls? News, balls, news. Because I think our internet got cut off, but... Chris, you got news?
Yeah. So I figured there's some current events that we'd like to hear your thoughts about.
All right.
So this first one, the Rams celebrated their Super Bowl 56 victory with Wednesday's parade in L.A.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this video of Matt Stafford that went around. So there's a photographer, I'll put it up on the screen here. A photographer named Kelly Smiley is going to take pictures of him here.
Uh-huh.
And she falls off the stage.
Oh.
And Stafford just turns around, takes a sip of water, and tells his wife to go handle it, right?
Yeah.
So this video went viral today.
Let me say this.
Okay.
Okay. First things first. It feels a little racist rooting that hard for Cooper Kupp. But you're like, nice to see a white guy who can stretch the field a little bit for a change. Now, my thing is what would Matt Stafford have done? He's not a paramedic. Right. Nobody wants to be involved with anything anymore. I think the new plan is get as far away from whatever happened. How long was the fall on the stage? Was it?
Well, so she's a photographer. She broke a few cameras and fractured her spine. I probably should have led with the spine thing first. So Stafford...
Hold on, are the cameras going to be okay?
The cameras are not okay.
Oh, man.
I know. So there's a GoFundMe that went out for her to pay her medical bills, but Matt and his wife already said we're taking care of all of it.
Justin Trudeau shut that shit down. He says no. Called her a Nazi and has pulled the plug on the GoFundMe page. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that.
That's why Matt's going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Like a true American.
So she fell, she cracked her spine or vertebra?
Yeah, fractured spine and cameras destroyed. So, so everybody was just really upset with how Matt handled himself. Now, he did a speech, and he was taking a swig out of the 1942 Don Julio. He was really drunk. I mean, so I think he was just very impaired and just couldn't handle it. I don't know. I don't want to make excuses for him, but he has already offered to pay all the bills.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to take care of all the medical bills.
I mean, he didn't push her, right?
No. But everyone just hated his reaction to it. He just turned away. He kind of just did that, oh shit, and turned away. And his wife ran up to check on her.
All right. Well, look, the guy had a couple of pops of Don Julio, and... he didn't want the bad publicity, so he turned away. But look, here's the whole point. First off, he's an athlete, you know what I mean? So he's probably wanting her just to rub some dirt on it and get back in the game. Number one. Number two, he won us a goddamn Super Bowl, so we're not going to judge too harshly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way it works. If And also, I don't know, don't you feel like we're asking too much of our athletes? Like we want them to be politicians and scholars, and most of them are not obnoxious and don't shut the fuck up like LeBron James all the time. But let them just go play the game, win the Super Bowl, get drunk on a float. You guys ever been on a float? It's a good thing, man. I was on a float. I haven't told this story in a while, but I did a Mardi Gras parade on a float. And it was, it's awesome, man. You throw beads at people. People in New Orleans and Louisiana, they're fucking nuts. They put their 7-year-olds up on the top of A-frame ladders that they set up on the curb. And then they'll put like a backboard in front of the guys, have his face sticking through it like a hoop, and then you just throw these, you wing these beads, which will take an eye out. Stafford can throw beads like a champion, I'm sure. But the thing that was funny about this story is Jimmy and I were going to ride the float, but we were a last-second replacement for legendary baseball manager Tommy Lasorda. So Tommy Lasorda scrubbed out with 3 days left, and they came to us and they said, would you guys like to be the grand marshal of the parade? And we said, fuck yeah, we're drinking beer, wearing a pirate outfit on a float. Sounds awesome. And they were like, okay, you guys do it. Well, when we got to the float, they have these huge containers of beads with a big medallion on it, and that's what you throw to everyone on the thing. Unfortunately, they didn't have time to change the medallion. So the medallion had a picture of Tommy Lasorda's big fat head on it. So this entire parade, I would be throwing people these beads, and they'd be like, yeah, and then they'd look at it, and they'd go, what the fuck? And then I'd go, it's Tommy Lasorda! And we'd like go down the street. Just tons and tons of confused people trying to figure out whose old fat head was on this medallion. It was the great Tommy Lasorda.
Adam.
All right, let's do one more. What
Adam,
do we got? Yeah.
I just heard Tommy Lasorda was the manager for the Chiefs. I mean, not the Chiefs, the Indians out here, right?
Oh, he was?
Spokane Indians, yeah. And Cooper Kupp is from Yakima, which is pretty close here.
Oh,
Washington
yeah.
native, so.
Local boy.
Yeah, local boy. All right, here, you tweeted
Wait,
about...
did Tommy Lasorda manage the ball team like in the 40s or something? 50s? The 70s? Wasn't he with the Dodgers all through the 70s?
This was right before.
Right before? Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
All right, so you tweeted about this. I want to hear your thoughts on the pod here. Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
He quietly donated nearly $6 billion of Tesla shares last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so making him the second biggest donor, only behind Bill Gates and Melinda French Gates last year. Nobody knows exactly where it went, but I mean, it just came out, especially after the whole thing he was doing with Bernie Sanders, when he was arguing with him about ending world hunger and all that. So Elon put his money where the mouths are, I guess.
Yeah. Look, we're living in this fucking upside down world right now where the people that create the products, the wealth, the creators are being attacked by the progressive do-nothing, never worked in the private sector, never created a fucking job, never built a business. All they do is take the money from the people who create the jobs and create the products that we want. And you think they just go, thank you for sharing your talents with our nation. Oh no, they're pissed. This is insane. It's insane how these fucking crazy socialists have decided. By the way, if you're a homeless guy who wants to swing a machete around and fucking slam fentanyl, they got no problem with you. You want to pay a fucking shitload in taxes and have several 100,000 employees. Oh, you've made it onto their fucking list. This is upside down world. It really is. And they do all this shit all the time where they go, oh, well, you know, the heroes, you know, Elizabeth Warren is heroes, the school teachers. School teachers, okay, listen. There's something called taxes. You guys burn through all that money because we need it for the roads and the schools and the military and the traffic lights and all that kind of shit. Elon Musk pays in taxes. I would probably say if you took a school teacher and you had that school teacher pay taxes for 47 years, Elon Musk pays more in 15 minutes than that bitch pays in 47 fucking years. Why is she the hero? It's all this stuff. It's all this thing. It's like the fucking people that are paying for everything have somehow become the fucking enemy. And the people that don't pay jack squat. My mom's never paid a fucking lick of taxes her entire life. And I was talking to her a few years ago, and she just goes, Yeah, but rich people don't pay taxes. And I'm like, bitch, how do you think all this shit got here? Let's use your simple math. You don't pay shit. Rich guys don't pay shit. Where'd all the shit come from? Somebody's fucking paying, bitch. Jesus Christ. Could you imagine how many fucking... You know how many? There was that other bitch who was in who was in the California legislation. What's her name? No, Maxine Waters the worst. This one,
Lorena Garcia, right?
Yeah, she was like, oh fuck Elon, get the fuck out. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Couple things. I always want to say this to all the people who work in the California legislators and office of governor, everything else. I'll tell them two things.
Adam, before we do this, I want to correct myself. I said the Taco Bell chef, Lorena Garcia. It's Senator Lorena Gonzalez.
That's right. All right. I always mix up the two. First things first. California. Elon Musk is the smartest man in the world. And he thought it'd be a good idea to leave your fucking state. He wasn't born in California. He went to California to do shit. But you guys are such assholes that he moved. So let's fucking take a look in the mirror, California. We got a guy who left, I don't know where the fuck he's from, South Africa or some repressive regime or some shithole somewhere. And he comes to California saying, good. I can now thrive and enjoy myself. And after about 10 minutes, he went, fuck this, I'm going to Texas. So thank you, California, for driving away the smartest man on the planet. But I'll give you a little hypothetical. Liz Warren, Bernie Sanders, Lorena Sanchez or whatever, all they do is fucking take other people's money and waste it. Do you know how many I would trade, like if you said like, okay, AOC, right. You know how many, I would trade you 700,000 AOCs for one Elon Musk. One. In terms of contributing to our society. Like, hey, Bernie, I would trade 200 million of you for one fucking Elon Musk. You want to know why, you old fuck? Because you're not going to build us a car that's going to get 1,000 miles worth of range on one overnight plug-in. You're not going to do space tourism. You're not going to tunnel through the Santa Susana Pass and put a bullet train. You're going to fucking sit around and complain and spend everyone's money, you old fuck. That's what you're going to do. Oh. Sorry, I got agitated. Keep it going for Melissa up here, everybody. And the Deaf Frat Guy, by the way. You can follow him on Twitter at Deaf Frat Guy as well. And Gina and Bryan, and sorry about the internet. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla saying mahalo. Thanks, guys. I went down to the lobby of the hotel, and I had to get a cup of coffee because first off, you cannot fly from LA to Spokane. You have to fly to a real city. Well, no, not that you guys aren't,